Hello students, I Kumar welcome you again to this amazing platform where we simplify your preparation. Now, in this line, we TeamWire have started a very beautiful program wherein we will be taking papers of all previous exams. Now, why we have started with this series? Because as a faculty, what I have observed that if you're specifically going for CAT exam, you'll have a very systemized format of content. Means everywhere a content you'll be getting enriched content, I'll say. But when you're going for exams, let's talk about specific about SRCC. So you'll be getting the content, but the content is not designed or curated in a very better way so that student can have or access to all the given questions. So we have initiated this program so that you can get all study material and everything on one platform itself. So without wasting a time, let's start with the day. So before we begin, let's begin on a very positive note. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. So this is the first question for you. Now before I solve this question, okay, or before you're solving, you might have gone through this paper also, I believe. SRCC, the questions are not very difficult. The questions are good, but I'll not say the questions are very difficult. But actually, the paper has been designed in such a way that it appears to be very difficult. Now, why I'm saying so? Because if you'll see, so in this paper itself, in 2022's paper also, nearly 2 to 3 questions were wrong. And if the questions are wrong, even though you are very confident, okay, when you have in the exam scenario, you have a lot of pressure. So in that pressure scenario, you'll see, it might be कि मैं ही कुछ mistake कर रहा हूँ. So it's like that. So that's why I'm saying that the paper is very difficult to appear. But when you'll sit back and when you'll be relaxed and you'll be solving all the questions, you'll see that the questions are not difficult at all. So let's start with the first question itself. But before starting, this question had a wrong answer, and once the results were out, okay, so everyone was awarded the marks for it. So let's start the day with this question. So this question is, if x square plus 1 upon x square is given as 8.25. Okay, the value of x square plus 1 upon x square is 8.25, and we have to get the value of x cube minus 1 upon x cube. Now as soon as I saw this expression x cube minus 1 upon x cube, so what struck in my mind? It is nothing but it is it's the identity of a cube minus b cube. It's simply the identity of a cube minus b cube. So if I have to get the value of a cube minus b cube, so what is a cube minus b cube? So a cube minus b cube is simply it's a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So if you want to get the value of x cube minus 1 by x cube, so what I have to get, I need to simply get the value of x minus 1 upon x into, I'm writing this a square and b square together. So it will be x square plus 1 upon x square and plus ab. So if this is a and this is b, so the product of a into b will be what? It will be simply 1. So write simply 1. So I already know x square plus 1 upon x square is given. It's 8.25. So replace this value 8.25. When 8.25 is added to 1, okay, so in the bracket you'll have 9.25. So 9.25 is multiplied by something, and that is the value of x minus 1 upon x. So what should be the value of x minus 1 upon x, or how to get this value x minus 1 upon x? So for this, I'll be again using this equation. So it says that x square plus 1 upon x square is equals to 8.25. So from this expression or this equation, we need to get the value of x minus 1 upon x. So what I'll do, okay, let's see. I'll simply write x square plus 1 upon x square is there. Okay, and it is equals to 8.25. Now what I'm doing, I'm simply subtracting 2 from both the sides. Now if I have subtracted 2 from both the sides, okay, so this will be 6.25. Okay, 6.25 is what? It's 2.5 ka whole square. 6.25 will be what? It's simply the whole square of 2.5. And if you closely observe this expression, it is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Now it might be appearing, it's only 2, but it is actually 2 times of a into b. Why? Because the product of a and b is 1. So it's actually x minus 1 upon x का whole square. So x minus 1 upon x का whole square is what it is. 8.25 mean minus 2, which is 6.25. So 6.25 is 2.5 का whole square. So if x minus 1 upon x whole square is 2.5 का whole square, so what will be the value of x minus 1 upon x? It will be simply 2.5. So simply get the product of this. So when you will multiply it, okay, so it will be 23.125. I have used the calculator. Please, when you are solving it, please do it by yourself. Okay, the more you'll practice, the more confident you'll be with your calculations. Okay, I have used calculators plus b plus, but you don't go for calculators. Okay, so the correct answer to the question will be 23.125, but unfortunately it's not there in the option. All right, so I believe the first question must be clear to everyone. Next, let's go for the second one. So second one is from ratio and proportion chapter. It says that if x varies inversely as 2y square minus 5. Now first of all, what do you mean by inversely vary? Or if any value is varying inversely, or if it is directly proportional. So what does it mean? So suppose if I am saying that x is proportional to y, suppose, okay, and x is inversely proportional to 1 upon z. So what actually these two statements means? Directly proportional and inversely proportional. So when I'm saying that x is directly proportional to y, it means that if you'll increase the value of y, the value of x will also increase. And if I'm decreasing the value of y, okay, the value of x will also decrease. But the reverse will be true here. If I am saying that x is inversely proportional to 1 upon z, so what will happen? If you are increasing the value of z, okay, the value of x will decrease. And if you are decreasing the value of z, the value of x will increase. So this is directly proportional and this is inversely proportional. Now if you want to remove this proportionality sign, for example, अगर आपको याद हो, so we used to learn this formula in class 9th or 10th also आपने पढ़ा होगा. Force is directly proportional to product of masses m1 into m2, gravitational force, and is inversely proportional to square of distance. To remove this proportionality sign, what we used to do, we used to write a constant. ठीक है, याद है? We used to write a constant g. Okay, so when we are using this constant g, this proportionality will turn, or this proportionality will be replaced by equals to. So this was the force of gravitation जो हम बचपन में पढ़ते थे. So in a similar way, we will be handling this question also. First of all, हमने ये देखा what is directly proportional, what is inversely proportional, how to write the equations for it, and how to next we saw that how to remove the proportionality sign. Whenever you are removing the proportionality sign, you have to replace it with a constant also. So in a similar way, let's try to form an equation. So it says that x is inversely proportional, means x, so x, I'm directly writing equals to, okay, x equals to, and a constant I'm writing which is k, x equals to k into 1 upon 2y square minus 5. Now how I have written this? पहले तो I should have written x is directly proportional to 1 upon 2y square minus, inversely proportional to 1 upon 2y square minus 5. To remove this proportionality sign, I have written down a constant k. Okay, so x is equals to k times of 1 upon 2y square minus 5. Now it says that the value of x is 25 when y is 15. So I know the value of x, we know the value of y also. So putting the two values, I'll be getting the value of the constant. So it says that when your x is 25 or when your y is 15, the value of x is 25. So 25 will be equals to k times of 2 into y square. Y is what? It's 15. So 15 square is 225 minus 5. Or we can say that the value of k is what? The value of k is 25 times of, see, 2 into 225 is 450. From this 450 subtract 5, so it will be 455. So this is the value of k, or the value of constant. Now I'll be using this value of constant to find whatever we need to calculate. So अब हमें क्या calculate करना है? We need to calculate find the value of x when your y is approximately 10. Oh, sorry, when your y is 10. So what is the approximate value, not the exact value? Okay, so simply when I'll replace this y square with 10 square, then what will be the value of x that we need to calculate? So it will be written as x will be equals to k. What is the value of k? It's 25 into 455, right? Upon 2 into y square. Now this y square will be replaced by 10 square minus 5. Further simplify it, it will be 25 times of 455 upon 2 into 10 square is 200 minus 5, which is 195. Okay, so the approximate value of it will be, it's something near, ठीक है, इसको आप exactly calculator से calculate कर लो, it will be nearly 57 point something. Alright, so approximate answer to the question is 57 point something. Coming to the third question. The third question is from chapters of function. Again, a very simple question based on composite function. So what this question stands for, composite function of fog x means what? It means that f of g of x. F of g of x. Okay, so it will be written like this, f of g of x. So first of all, I need to get the value of g of x. So g of x is already given. It's x to the power of 4. So हमें find क्या करना है? We need to find the value of f of x to the power 4. Okay, and what is fx? fx जो function है actually वो क्या है? The function is x plus 7. So if we have to get the value of f of x to the power of 4, so simply what I have to do, wherever x is present, simply replace that x by x to the power of 4. If we want to get the value of f of x to the power 4, okay, so what I need to do, I'll need to replace this x, wherever x is present, it will be replaced by x to the power of 4. So your answer to the question will become, it's x to the power of 4 plus 7. So option C will be the correct answer to the question. It's a very simple question, right? So I believe it must be clear. Let's see the another one then. So another one is question number 4. Anil climbs a staircase stage by stage. He climbs the first 10 steps at 10 a.m. Okay, so it has been given that at 10 a.m. Okay, I'm not writing it. It's an easy one. So at 10 a.m. okay, he has taken total 10 steps. 11 more steps at 12 p.m. Okay, at 12 p.m. he is taking 11 more steps. And 20 more steps at 2 p.m. At 10 a.m. he has taken 10. At next 12 a.m. he has taken 11 more. And at 2 p.m. he has taken 20 more. So what is the total number of steps Anil has taken? So simply what we need to do, simply add all the three values. 10, 11 and 20. Total number of steps will be 10 plus 11, which is 21, plus 20, which is 41. A very easy question. Okay. Next. So next question is from coordinate geometry. So what are the coordinates of the point that divides the line segment joining the points 4, 4 and 8, 12 internally in the ratio of 3:5? The first thing, or the very important keyword that we need, have to notice in this question is the division is internal in nature. So there are two kinds of division. One is an internal division and other one is an external division. Okay, so what's the formula for internal division and what's the formula for external division? Let's see. So if the 2 points, suppose there are 2 points, okay, point A is x1 comma y1, okay, and point B is x2 comma y2. If these 2 points are connected like this, okay, these are the 2 points and these points are divided in some ratio, and we have to get the value of x comma y, and let the ratio be m:n. Okay, so these are the two endpoints. Okay, the point P is dividing the line AB in the ratio of m:n. So what will be the coordinates of x and y? So first thing, if we have to get the value of x, or if we want to get the value of abscissa, okay, abscissa or x, so I'll be only focusing on x points or x coordinates. If abscissa is to be calculated, only focus on abscissa. or only focus on x. If we have to calculate y, then only focus on ordinates or y. So for internal division, the value of x is what? X is m into, okay, m into the point which is at the farther side. So m into x2. So x will be m into x2 plus n into x1 whole divided by m plus n. Similarly, if you want to get the value of y, so for y, I need to focus only on y, nothing else, okay? So it will be m into y2 plus n into y1 upon m plus n. So this is for internal division. But had the question would have been externally, if the point P might be dividing it externally, तो क्या लिखते? For x-axis it will become, or for abscissa it will be written as m into x2 minus n into x1 upon m minus 1. Similarly, for y also we will be writing like this with a negative sign. For internal division, okay, we will be using a positive operator. For external division, we will be using a negative operator. So in this question, we have to divide the 2 points in internal ratio. So we will be using this formula. So let's use this formula and directly get the answer. So the values of x1 and y1 are 4, 4 and x2 and y2 are 8 and 2. So अगर x की value चाहिए, okay, and the ratios are 3:5. So it will be 3 into farther point, okay. So 3 into, let me write this also, okay. Suppose this is 4, 4 and this is 8, 12. So if you have to get the value of x, it will be 3 times of 8. So 8 into 3 plus 5 into 4, which is 20, divided by m plus n. So 5 plus 3 is what? It's 8. So 8 into 3 is 24 plus 20. So it's 44 upon 8. So 44 upon 8. What will be the value? It will be 5.5, right? So only one option has 5.5. So definitely C will be the answer. But just cross check with y also. So for y, what we need to do, I'll be writing 3 into 12. Okay, so it will be 3 into 12 plus 5 into 4, which is again 20, divided by 8. So 3 into 12 is 36. 36 plus 20 is 56. So it will be 56 divided by 8, which is 7. Okay, so the correct answer is option C. Very easy question. Simply a formula based question. Simply put the formulas and get the answer. Alright. Question number 6. Now the question number 6 is from the chapter of permutations and combinations. So what this question is saying that 7 different colored lights are fixed on a mast to produce signals by illuminating them. Okay, so you have different 7 colors of lights, okay, and you have to illuminate them, okay, to generate different symbols. So how many signals can be produced if any number of light is used? So there is no restriction, okay, you can use any number of lights. So if I want to generate a symbol, even I can use 1 light, or even I can use 2 lights together, or even I can use 3 lights together, or 6 lights together, or all the 7 lights together. And not only using the lights, okay, if suppose I am using only 2 lights, suppose if I am using only a red color light and a blue color light, now I can even arrange them. Red and blue, combination of arrangement red and blue will be a different signal, and blue red will be a different signal. So this question, in this question, what we are doing basically, first of all, we are selecting the colors. Once the selection is done, then we are arranging it also. So it's an example of, or this is a question of permutation. Selection and arrangement, okay, both things are occurring. Selection and arrangement is permutations. Okay, so for this question, or this is a question based on permutations. And there is no limitation, right? You can use any number of lights. So if suppose out of 7, I am using only 1 light to generate, so it will be 7p1. Out of 7, if suppose we are using 2 lights, so it will be 7p2. Similarly, 3 lights, it will be 7p3. Okay, similarly, it will be 7p7 up to 7p7. So get the value of 7p1, 7p2, 7p3, 7p4 up to 7p7, add all the values, okay, and get the answer. So 7p1 is what? It will be simply 7 plus 7p2 is what? It will be 7 into 6. 7p3 is what? It will be 7 into 6 into 5. Similarly, 7p7 will be what? It will be 7 factorial. Add all the values, okay? Simplify it, add all the values, and you'll be getting the answer as, the correct answer to the question is 13699. Okay, so correct answer to the question is 13699. Alright, a very good question, I'll say. Basically, in this question, a lot of us will be getting confused whether it's a question of arrangement only or it's a question of combination only. 7 colors में से सिर्फ combination ही देखना है क्या? But in this question, we have to see the combination also and arrangement also. Next we have is question number 7. Again, a very easy question from allegation chapter, but unfortunately, again, wrong options were given. That's very complicated. Means if suppose easy question is there, okay, and options are wrong, these questions are very, means what I can say, such questions will not boost your moral. It will means it will be throwing you in a shadow of darkness. You'll say, "Arey, this is so easy question, I'm not able to solve it." Let's see. So in a coffee estate, there are 2 varieties of coffee. At what ratio must the 2 varieties of coffee be mixed together into one, at 40 per kg and other at 50 per kg, and the cost of the mixture is 43. So they are saying that one variety is of 40 rupees per kg, another variety is of 50 rupees per kg, and when you're mixing, the price of the mixture is coming out to be 43. It's a simple question of allegation, okay? I have one variety A which is of 40 rupees per kg, another variety B which is of 50 rupees kg, and when we are mixing it, the price of the mixture is coming out to be 43. So in which ratio one should mix? Simply use the allegation. So 43 minus 40, what will be? It will be 7. Oh, sorry, it will be 3. 50 minus 43, what it will be? It will be 7. So the correct answer to the question is 7:3. Unfortunately, this is not given in the option, but the correct answer is 7:3. Okay. Next we have is question number 8. This is a very difficult question, okay, and very hard to get in your exam. Means when you are appearing for the actual exam, such kind of questions is very difficult to, and I think if you're getting a right answer to it by any means, okay, you have done a very good work. Now why I'm saying so? Because you'll try all things, okay, or it's a series of multiplication, addition, everything, but later on when you'll sit and when you're very in a relaxed mood, and you'll be seeing that it is nothing but it is a series which is following this pattern: n square into n square plus 1 whole divided by 2. How come? See, so this is first number, okay, so it's actually 10, okay, when the value of n is 10. So what we'll get, see, so it's 10 square into 10 square plus 1 upon 12. So 10 square is 100, right? So 100 by 2 is 50 into 101. When you will multiply it, it will be 5050. So this is the first term. Similarly, if you will be using the value of n as 11, okay, if n is 11, so what will be getting? 11 square, which is 121, into 121 plus 2, right, plus 1 will be 122 whole divided by 2. When you will simplify it, it's 61. So 121 into 61 is 7381. So what this number will be? It will be actually this one, 12 square. So 12 square is 144, okay, 12 square is 144 into 145 upon 2. So it will be divided by 72. Okay, do I have the answer of this question? And let's multiply it. So we need to multiply, so I'm multiplying it, okay. So 145 is multiplied by 72. So 145 is 290, I guess, right? 0, 7 5s are 35, then you have 3, 7 4s is 28 plus 3, 1, इतने में आंसर मिल जाएगा 0, 9 plus 5 is 4. Okay, so this this answer we are getting. इतना ही ऐड कर लो. ओके, 0, 9 plus 5 is 4. ओके, सो 4 is only in the first option. इससे अगर आगे जाओगे 9 plus 5, 2 plus 1 and again a 4 will be there. Okay, so option A is correct. No need to complete it, calculate it completely. अगर आपने ये find out कर लिया what's the logic behind it. Okay, the only part left is calculation, but it's very hard to get this. So that's why I've always told to my students, whenever you are going for the question of missing terms, if the questions clicks you in first 20 to 30 seconds, go for it, else leave it. We have plenty of questions to solve. Okay, these questions tempt, means these are very tempting questions. ये हमेशा लगता है okay, I'll be able to solve it, ये हो जाएगा. But actually ऐसे questions, it kills a lot of time. Okay, so whenever you're doing the missing term questions, be very cautious that you are not giving enough time to the question. Sufficient, extra time to the question, sorry. Enough time to देना ही पड़ेगा. Next we have is question number 9. So question number 9 says that if a water bill is paid before the due date, overall there is a reduction of 5% on the bill amount. Okay, so before I go with the further line, okay, I'm just stopped here, okay, and I'm saying ki what does it actually wants to say. It says that ki suppose if your bill is 100%, okay, out of the 100% of your bill, if you're paying your bill before the due date, you will be getting a reduction of 5%. So if you're getting a reduction of 5%, what does it mean? It means that you need to pay only 95% of the bill. There is a 5% reduction in the bill. Okay, next. A person paid the bill before the due date, he got a reduction of total 250. Now the reduction that he got, how much reduction the person was getting? The reduction was 5% of the bill. The reduction or the discount that you will be getting if you are paying it before the due date, it's 5% of the bill. So we can say that 5% of the bill is 250. Simply इसको solve कर लो and you'll be getting the answer. या आप directly ऐसे भी कर सकते हो. If 5% of something is 250, 10% of that will be 500. 5% अगर ये है, 10% just double होगा, and if 10% is 500, 100% will be 5000. Or you can simplify it also, then also you'll be getting the same answer. So the answer to the question will be 5000. All right, so this was question 9 for you. Next we have is question number 10. Again a question from mixtures and alligation. Two mixtures A and B contain petrol and kerosene. A has 40% of petrol and B has 60% of petrol. If 8 liters of A and 12 liters of B are mixed together, what will be the ratio of petrol and kerosene? So they are saying that you have a mixture A and we have a mixture B. Mixture A, the petrol content is 40%. And in mixture B, the petrol content is 60%. Now what you are taking? You are taking 8 liters of it, okay, and we are taking 12 liters of it. This we have taken 8 liters and this we have taken 12 liters. If I'll take the simple ratio, we can say that it's 2:3. Means we have taken 2 parts of it and 3 parts of B. Or in other words, we can simplify this question as like this, कि there are 2 variety of rice. One is 40 rupees per kg, another one is 60 rupees per kg. We are mixing both the rice. Okay, we are mixing both the varieties. Okay, this quality of rice we have taken 2 kgs, this quality of rice we have taken 3 kgs. So when we are mixing all the rices, okay, when we are mixing all the rice, so what will be the effective rice per kg? Effective price per, not effective rice per kg, effective price per kg. So if 40 rupees rice, okay, if you have taken 2 kgs, the money that you will be paying to the shopkeeper will be 40 into 2, 80 rupees. If you have taken 60 wala rice 3 kg, the money that you will be paying is 60 into 3, 180. Total how much kgs of rice you are getting? 3 plus 2, 5 kgs. Total money paid by you is 260 rupees, okay. total rice that you are getting is 5 kgs. So price of rice per kg will be what? It will be 52 rupees or 52%. Or we can say that in the mixture, okay, the content of petrol is 52%. So if 52% is petrol, okay, if 52% is petrol, so it means that 48% is kerosene. In that mixture जो हमने अभी prepare किया, 52% of it is petrol and 48% is kerosene. So in terms of ratio, what it will be? Simply get the ratio. It will be 52 upon 48, which is it will be 13 upon 12. Okay, so the ratio is 13:12. Alright, is it okay? 13:12. Next we have is question number 11. Again, a question with a wrong answer. मतलब बहुत परेशानी होती है ना. What we can say, SRCC मतलब इतना अच्छा स्टैंडर्ड का कॉलेज, and if they are preparing a question paper like this, I always say to my students that the purpose of any examination is to take students, not to harass them. But when I saw the paper of SRCC, I changed my thinking also. It's simply they want to harass the students. They don't want that students should come to their college. They are simply wanting कि हाँ चलो students को परेशान करते हैं. Let's see this question. If 6 to the power of 15 plus 6 to the power of 16 plus 6 to the power of 17 plus 6 to the power 18 is divided by 24, then find the remainder of finite series. Now we can see that everywhere 6 to the power 15, if I'll take common from this all the terms, okay, if suppose we are taking 6 to the power 15 common, so here I'll be left with 1, here I'll be left with a 6, here it will be 36, and here it will be 216. And when this is divided by 24. Now what do you mean by 6 to the power of 15 only? So let's simplify it. Can 6 to the power be written like this? 6 into 6 into 6 into 24. Yes, it will be written as 6 to the power of 12. Inside the bracket, अगर आप इसको add भी करना चाहो तो आप add कर सकते हो, or leave it like this. And this is divided by 24. Now this will be cancelled, 6 ones are, and this is 6 fours are. This is 2 times, so 3, and this is again 3 times, sorry. So you can see that 24 is completely divisible, means this number is completely divisible by 24. Whatever this number is, okay, whatever the value of this number is completely divisible by 24. If any number is completely divisible by 24, your remainder will always be 0. If 10 is divided by 2, as 10 is completely divisible by 2, the remainder is 0, right? So if this number is completely divisible by 24, the remainder should be what? The remainder should be 0. So the correct answer, or the correct answer to the question is 0. Okay, so again, this question, the answer is 0. Frustrating question, right? Easy one, but because of the mistake, we'll get frustrated. Next is question number 12. So in a big drum, okay, so there are 3 cubes of ice whose edges are 5, 7 and 9 respectively. So you have 3 cubes, okay, and the respective dimensions are given as 5, 7 and 9 respectively. The ice cubes are melted and formed into a single cube. Okay, so what we are doing, we are melting the ice cube and now they are being turned into or being transformed into a single cube. So find the edge of the new cube. Now what this question says that you have 3 small cubes. Now whatever will be the total volume of the small cubes, that will be equivalent to the total volume of the bigger cube formed. Okay. Whatever is the total volume of the cube of dimension 5, 7 and 9b, let the total volume be V. The same volume will be the of the bigger cube that is formed. So simply get the volume of this. So if the dimension is 5, what will be the volume? For any cube, the volume is what? For any cube, the volume is A cube. So if your dimension is 5, the volume will be 125. If your dimension is 7, the volume will be 343. If your dimension is 9, the volume will be 729. Okay, simply add all the values. So when you will be adding all the values, okay, the overall volume that you'll be getting is 1197. Again, I have used the calculator, plus please don't do it by calculator, calculate yourself. Okay, you have to appear for exam. I don't need to appear for exam, so मेरे लिए calculator चलता है. So if your volume is 1197, so what will be that dimension? So the dimension will be simply, okay, if it is given that the volume is this, so side will be what? Side will be simply 1197 raised to the power of 1 upon 3. How to get it? अब cube root इसका कैसा निकाला जाए? Now think for the cube roots. Think for the cubes. Now if you remember, what is 10 cube? 10 cube is 1000. What is 11 cube? 11 cube is 1331, right? So this value is somewhere between 1000 and 1331. So definitely your answer should be what? It will be something between 10 and 11. So 10 और 11 के बीच में कौन सा option है? The option will be option C. Or the correct option to the answer question will be option C. ठीक है? Question 13. So this is based on quadratic equation, a very easy questions again. It says that if alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square plus bx plus c equals to 0, then what is the condition for which beta is equals to 5 alpha? Now whenever we are dealing with the quadratic equation, okay, so there is a relation between roots and the coefficient of the a. So what the relation is? The sum of roots. Okay, suppose the two roots are alpha and beta, so sum of roots alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by a. And another relation is alpha into beta, the product of roots is equals to c by a. Let's use this relation and see. Okay, now it is given that what is the condition for which beta is equals to 5 alpha. So let's assume that this is the given condition, okay, and we have to ये कि अब कौन इसको satisfy कर रहा है. So suppose this is given, okay, if beta is equals to 5 alpha, so let's replace the beta by value of 5 alpha. So it will become alpha plus 5 alpha equals to minus b upon a. Now the value of a is what? It's 1. Okay, similarly alpha into beta, what is beta? It's 5 alpha, so it will become alpha into 5 alpha equals to c. If you'll simplify it further, okay, alpha plus 5 alpha means the value of 6 alpha is minus b. The value of 6 alpha is minus b. Oh, sorry, this is not x square, this is a x square, sorry. The value of a is a, so it will be upon a, so here it will be b upon a. 6 alpha is equals to minus b upon a. So from this we can say that the value of alpha is what? Alpha is nothing but it will be minus b by 6a. Use this value of alpha and place it here. So it will be written as 5 into alpha square. So the value of alpha is this. So it will be minus b upon 6a ka whole square. 5 into alpha square is equals to c upon a. Simplify it. So it will be 5b square upon 36a square equals to c upon a. So this a and this square will be cancelled. So we'll have 5b square is equivalent to 36 times of ca or ac. Anything you can say. So which option satisfies it? Option D. So the correct answer to the question is option D. Okay. Question number 14 for you. Read the question and try to solve it, please. While shifting glass bottles from one country to another, on an average, 1 out of 9 bottles break. Okay, so what it has been given key, 1 out of 9 bottles will break when you are bringing. So we can say that probability that a bottle is brought and it is broken is 1 upon 9. and a probability ki bottle will be reaching without any breakage or all, it will be 8 upon 9. So what is the probability that out of 4 bottles, at least 3 will arrive safely? Now there is a very important keyword, at least. So what does it at least means? At least 3 का मतलब क्या है? 3 are okay, it's okay. If all 4 are okay, then also it's okay. ठीक है? If 3 bottles are right, I'm okay with it. Even if all the 4 bottles are okay, then also I'm okay with it. At least means at least 3, right? So 3 and 4 both will work. So it might happen that 3 are okay or 3 are without any breakage. Okay. Without any damage, I'm writing 3 without any damage, or okay, or 4 without any damage. Both will work. 3 without damage or 4 without damage, both are okay. Now see, if there are 4 bottles and out of that 3 are damaged and 1 is damaged, well, 3 are okay and 1 is a damaged one. तो ये जो पहले 4 मतलब ये 4 bottles में से first we need to look which one is the bottle with a damaged bottle, or which one is the damaged bottle, whether it's the first one, it's a second one, it's a third one, or it's a fourth one. So I need to select out of the given 4 bottles. First of all, I need to select which one is a damaged bottle, because out of 4, 1 will be damaged, right? Only 3 will be correct or 3 will be right. So first of all, I need to select which one is which one has a damage. So for that, out of 4, I'll be selecting any one to find which one is the damaged bottle. And as there are 3 without damaged bottles, so what is the probability of without damage? 1 out of 9 bottles break, means the probability that one will break is bottle is break is 1 upon 9. Okay, so ये किसकी probability है? The probability that bottle is damaged. Bottle is damaged, the probability is 1 upon 9, and bottle is without damage. Okay, the bottle is without any damage, it will be 8 upon 9. So in this scenario, what is happening? 3 bottles are intact or without any damage, and 1 is with damage. So first of all, I have written 4C1. Now why I have written 4C1? To find out which one is the damaged bottle, whether the first one is the damaged bottle, second one is the damaged bottle, third one, or the fourth one. So out of 4, I need to select any one to be the damaged bottle. So that's why a 4C1. If 3 of them are without any damage, so probability of without any damage will be 8 upon 9 into 8 upon 9 into 8 upon 9. And if 1 is damaged, ठीक है, कोई एक इन चारों में से एक डैमेज होगा, so that will be 1 upon 9. Plus, or, so or means plus, all 4 without any damage. So if all 4 are without any damage, so I need not to do any selection. If every bottle is good, okay, there is no damage, so I need not to do any selection. So I'll not be using anything. So if all are good, okay, it will be 8 by 9 plus, 8 by 9 into 8 by 9 into 8 by 9 into 8 by 9. All bottles are correct. 8 by 9, 8 by 9, 8 by 9 can be taken common, okay, so you can take 8 to the power 3 and 9 to the power 3 common. Then what is left? Here a 4 upon 9 will be left, and here 8 upon 9 will be left. So this will be 12 upon 9. So 8 cube is 5 to the power of 12. Okay, 9 cube is 729, I think, and 8 plus 4 is 12 upon 9. So 12 upon 9 will become 4 upon 3, right? 8 plus 4 is 12, right? So 12 upon 9. So 12 upon 9 is 4 upon 3. So 512 into 2. So it's 2048. Option D will be the correct answer. Okay, simply multiply it. It will be 2048 upon 2187. Alright, so this is the correct answer to the question. Good question again. Question number 15. Consider that Pn and Qn are the two arithmetic progressions with 50 elements each. Okay, so there are 50 elements each in this progression. If Pn has the elements A1 as 4, A2 as 6, so the first AP I have, or the value of Pn is what? So Pn is having 4, 6, 8 and so on. And the next AP that we have is Qn. Okay, so Qn is written like this. Qn is having terms as 2, 5 and 8. So 8 is the first common term of both the APs. Next question is, how many common elements do both Pn and Qn have? So if you have been given such kind of question where there are two arithmetic progressions, okay, and you need to find how many common terms are there. So first of all, try to see after what will be the common difference of both the common APs. Means when I'll be combining both the APs, so what should be my common difference that I'll be getting? Or in other words, okay, the first common terms are 8 and 8. So what will be the next term that will be common in both the terms? तो उसके लिए क्या करना है? Simply get the common difference of this first. So common difference of this is 2. Common difference of this is 3. Take the LCM of this. So LCM of 2 and 3 is what? LCM is 6. So common difference of the series, okay, that is obtained by all the common terms of P and Qn. What I am saying, common difference of the arithmetic progression that we will be getting from all the common terms of Pn and Qn is 6. Means if your first common terms are 8, the second common term will be after 6, so 8 plus 6, 14. Next common term will be 20. Okay, so like this series is written. तो हमें देखना है कि how many total common terms are there. Obviously, here the gap is of 3, 3, 3. So here we will have a good number of numbers. Here the gap is of only 2 and 2 and 2 and so. ठीक है, so अगर मुझे देखना है कि how many terms are common, so I'll be simply observing कि इसमें कितने common होंगे. So total terms कितने हैं? Total terms in this progression is 50. And every third term of this series, देखो after 8 it will be 10, it will be 12. Every third term of this progression is common with this Qn. Total terms in it is Pn is 50. Okay, and if you'll observe in this progression, every third term of this progression has a common term here. So total कितने terms हो सकते हैं? Third term, sixth term. Okay, then we'll have ninth term. Then we'll have every multiple of 3. 12th term, 15th term. So maximum the last common terms will be there 16 into 3, which is 48th term. So till 48th term will have a common terms. So total कितने number of terms होंगे? 16 terms. ठीक है? Why we are not looking at in this? इसमें क्यों नहीं देख रहे हैं? क्योंकि इसमें सिर्फ दो के बाद ही कॉमन रिपीट होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. 2, 5, 8, then next number will be 11, next is 14. ठीक है, next 17, next 20. So after 2 का ही ये रिपीटेशन होगा. तो here there will be more number of common terms. Okay. Next is question number 16. Alright, so next we have is question 16. So question number 16, there's an inequality. Let's solve this inequality. So the inequality is if x plus 1 upon 2x minus 1 is greater than 1. So what are the different values of x that satisfy the given condition? So whenever you are solving an inequality, it's better or it's much easier to compare with respect to 0. For example, here it is 1, right? So it will be a bit difficult for us. So what I'll do, first of all, I'll shift this 1 to the side. So it will be x plus 1 upon 2x minus 1 and it's greater than 0. When you'll simplify it, okay, it will be minus 2x plus 1. So x minus 2x, okay, so it's coming out to be minus x plus 2 upon 2x minus 1 is greater than 0. Let me just cross check it. So minus 2x plus 1, so plus 1 plus 2, so x minus 2x, okay, so it's minus x plus 2 equals to 0. Now as it is having a negative sign, so I'll be multiplying it by minus 1. So when you'll multiply the expression with minus 1, so this is multiplied by minus 1 and this is multiplied by minus 1, the sign of inequality will change. Now why we are multiplying it by minus 1? Because the variable which is x, okay, and the highest degree of x is 1 here. This number, as it is having a sign of negative, so we need to make it positive. It's compulsion. So if you will multiply it by minus 1, so it will become x minus 2 upon 2x minus 1, but inequality sign will now change. Earlier it was greater than 0, now it will become less than 0. Okay, so if we have to get the solution of it, simply plot the two roots. So one of the root is 2 and root is 2, other one is 1 upon 2. So simply plot it here. So suppose this is 0, okay. So 0 के बाद यहाँ पर it will be 1 upon 2 and here it will be 2. Okay, so always remember the leftmost the rightmost zone is always positive. So this is positive, this is negative, okay, and this is again positive. So what we have to see, we have to consider that zone where I'll be getting a negative value. So which zone I'm talking about? I'm talking about this zone. X lies from half to 2. Okay, the value of x should be half to 2. And as it is only less than or equals to 0, not equals to sign, so I'll not be focusing on whether it should be equals to 2 or not. So the correct option to the answer is, the correct option to the question is option C. Okay. Next, question number 17, a very easy question from the topic of incenter. In a triangle ABC, if BO and CO are the bisectors of angle ABC and angle ACB, it says that these lines are angle bisectors. Okay, so if these are angle bisectors, so whatever is the value of this, the value of this will be same. Whatever is the value of this, the value of this is same. If the measure of angle A is 54 degrees, then what is the measure of angle BOC? Now if you directly know the formula, okay, if you see, this is nothing but this is incenter. If you are aware of the properties of incenter, so that directly you can say that angle BOC will be nothing but it will be 90 plus half of angle A. If you know the property of this, you can write it directly. It will be 90 plus 54 by 2, which is 27. So the answer is 117. But if you not know, suppose if you don't know what is incenter and all and nothing extra, need not to worry. We can solve it then also. Not a very difficult question, as it's an angle bisector. So if this is x, this will also be x. If this is y, this will also be y. Now in this complete triangle ABC, this plus this plus this, won't it be equals to 180 degree? So we can say that 2x plus 2y is plus 54 degrees is equals to 180 degree. Let's simplify it. So we can say 2x plus 2y is equals to, if you will subtract 130, 126, I guess, right? So the value of x plus y we will be getting is 63. X plus y is 63. Now in this triangle BOC, this angle plus this angle will be again 180 degree. X plus y plus, suppose this angle we are talking, which is angle Z. Okay, I'm writing it is Z. X plus y plus Z is again 180 degree. We know that the value of this is 63. Replace it here. 63 plus Z is equals to 180 degree, right? So when you'll solve it, you'll get the value of Z as 117 degrees. Okay, again an easy question, not a difficult one at all. Next we have is question number 18. Again a question with a wrong statement. Avinash invested 64,000 in 3 businesses at 3%, 5% and 7% per year with simple interest. At the end of the year, he received the same amount. Now, instead of word amount, okay, in this question, they should have written interest. If you're if you're writing amount, okay, so amount is what? Amount is the principal that you invested plus the interest. Okay, when I solved the question using that amount, okay, I was not getting the answer which they have provided in their answer key. But when I considered it as an interest, okay, I am getting the answer. Now, if I'll go by the question is clearly saying there it's an amount. Okay, so amount is what? Amount is principal plus interest. So instead of amount, they should have given interest. Then you will be getting the right answer as per your as per the answer key given. Okay. Now Avinash invested 6400. So suppose in the 3 businesses he invested. Okay. So first business is X. Second business he has invested Y rupees. Third business he has invested Z rupees. The interest that he will be getting is 3% of X in the first business. Okay, in the second business it will be 5% of Y. 5% of Y, and in the third one it will be Z% of 7% of Z. Even I can write Z% of 7, but जो लिखना है वही लिखते हैं 7% of Z. When you'll simplify it, you'll be getting 3x is equals to 5y equals to 7z. Now from this, if you want to get the ratios, what will be the ratio of x, y, z? So what I need to do, I need to get the LCM of 3, 5 and 7. Now as all the numbers are prime, so LCM will be what? Simply the product of all the 3. So it will be 3 into 5 into 7. Divide all numbers by this. Now whatever you are left, so the value of x or the ratio of x is to y is to z will be what? 3 will get cancelled, so 7 5s is 35, is to 7 into 3 is 21, is to 5 into 3 is 15. Okay, so the money or the ratio of x is to y is to z is what? As per the question, it's 35 is to 21 is to 15. So what we have to get? The money invested at 3%, means we have to get what is the 35 part of the money. So what is the total parts? Total parts are 35 plus 15 which is 50 plus 21, 71 parts. So out of total 71 parts, what is the value of x? It's 35. So the value of x will be what? X will be nothing, but it will be 35 by 71 parts of total money. Now, even though the options are very bad, I want to use the word options are very ganda sa, अच्छे options नहीं है, ठीक है? Yeah, it requires a lot of calculation. But if you think it smartly, 35 upon 71, had this number would have been 70 instead. So 35 upon 70 would give you 2, and when you divide it by 2, the answer will be 3200. But as this is 35 upon 71, so this number will be not 2 exactly, it will be slightly more than 2. And if this is slightly more than 2, this will be slightly less than 3200. This number will be slightly less than 3200, or your answer will be slightly less than 3200. So which option is there which is slightly less than 3200? It's 3154. So the correct answer to the question is 3154.92. No need to do the exact calculation, not required. Coming to next question number 19. If is 21 to the power of 13 plus 29 to the power of 13 is divided by 25. Okay, what they are saying that when you are dividing 21 to the power of 13 plus 29 to the power of 13, when this number is divided by 25, what is the remainder that will be getting? Okay, what's the remainder that a person will be getting? Now before I do this question, let me give you a very simple example. Do you know the expansion of a cube plus b cube? The expansion of a cube plus b cube is a plus b into a square plus b square minus ab. Now why I have written this expansion? Because a plus b cube, okay, the powers are odd. Here the power is 3, here also the powers is 3. If the powers are odd, okay, so for this expression there will always be a factor which is a plus b. Means in general I am trying to say that suppose I have a to the power of n plus b to the power of n. This number can always be splitted like this. It will be written like a plus b times of something. So a plus b will always be the power of it. But there should be a condition. What condition? That it should be a, the n should be an odd number. For example, if suppose a square plus b square is there, can I write it is a plus b something? No, I can't write it this way. Why? Because the powers are even number. If the powers are odd, definitely a plus b will one of its factor. Same thing is here also, no? 21 to the power of 13 and 29 to the power of 13, as the powers are odd, so definitely 50 is one of this factor. Means this expression can be written like 15 into something, and it is divided by 25. So when 15 into something is divided by 25, as it is completely divisible, again the remainder will be what? It will be 0. Very easy question. Okay, if you know the concept, it's a very easy question. So the correct answer to the question number 19 is again 0. Okay. Moving on to the next question, which will be the last question of the day, question number 20. The next part of the questions will be taking another video. Let's see this question. This is from arithmetic and geometric progression. Now before I do this question, okay, one thing I want to say that the questions were taken from a good variety of chapters. It's not that all the questions were based only on arithmetic, okay. So we had questions from everywhere. The only mistake that the examiners did here, that most of the questions, the answers were wrong. And these questions frustrate students a lot. अब हम कुछ कर तो नहीं सकते हैं. If question is wrong for, then it's wrong for everyone. Let's see. Let's hope for the best for the coming future. So this question is, find the sum of an infinite series. So what the series is? The series is like this: 1 upon 5 plus 3 upon 5 square plus 1 upon 5 cube plus 3 upon 5 4, and it's an infinite series, right? So actually this series is a combination of two infinite series. Means we can split it like this. One series is 1 to the power 1 5 plus 1 5 cube plus, एक और टर्म लिख लेता हूँ, 1 to the power 5 to the power of 5 up to infinite terms. And to this we have to add another term which is 3 to the power of 5 square plus 3 to the power of 5 4, again infinite terms. What is the sum of an infinite series? Sn of an infinite series is what? Sn is a upon 1 minus infinity, right? No. Whenever I teach this chapter to kids, okay, I have seen that कि उनको याद नहीं रहता. What is the sum of an infinite series? What is the sum of a GP? So let me write your formulas for you also, so that आप इसे हमेशा याद करो. Sum of an GP is what? It's a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Okay, or we can say that Sn is a into 1 minus r to the power n upon 1 minus r. If your r is greater than 1, use this formula. If your r is less than 1, use this formula. Sum of an infinite series is simply an application of this. Okay. So this part I'm erasing because I don't think यहाँ पे ज़रूरत है. Now let's use this formula for sum of an infinite series and get this answer. So for the first series, your first term is 1 upon 5. So the value of a is 1 upon 5. Okay, a upon, so a is 1 upon 5, 1 minus infinity, not 1 minus r, sorry, 1 minus r. So it will be 1 minus the common ratio. What is the common ratio? Simply get the divide the two consecutive terms. So when 1 to the power of 5 cube is divided by 1 to the power of 5, the common ratio is 1 to the power of 25. Place it here. Okay. Plus. Now see, in every term 3 is there. So first thing that I'll do, I'll take 3 common out. So as soon as I've taken 3 common out, I'll be having 1 upon 5 square, 1 plus 5 4, 1 plus 5 6, and so on. A series is there. So this series is starting by 1 plus 5 square. So the A for this is 1 upon 25, or the first term of it is 1 upon 25. Again divided by 1 minus R. Again R is same. It will be 1 upon 25 for it. So when we'll simplify it, 1 upon 5, 1 minus 5. So what it will be? It will be 1 upon 5 upon 24 upon 25. Alright, ये होगा ना 24 upon 25 plus 3 times of 1 upon 25 upon 24 upon 25. Let's simplify it further. This 25 and 25 will get cancelled. So it will become, ये वाला term simply it is, this is becoming 1 upon 8. Okay, this is 1 upon 8. This 1 upon 5 and this will get cancelled. So it will become 5 upon 24, I guess. Okay, this will become 5 upon 24. So 1 upon 8 and 5 upon 24, let's add it. So 5 upon 24 plus 1 upon 8 can be written as 3 upon 24. ठीक है, 1 upon 8 को अगर आप इससे भी 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, इसे भी 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, न्यूमरेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर बोथ आर मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 3, it will become 3 upon 24. So it's 8 upon 24, which is 1 upon 3. 8 upon 24 is what? It's 1 upon 3. So correct answer to the question will be 1 upon 3. Alright, so as mentioned, this was the last question for the day. I hope you must have enjoyed the session. Okay, and whatever questions were discussed, all the questions would have been thorough to you. But just by watching the videos will not help you at all. It's my sincere request to you, please practice questions. You're doing the hard work, okay? You're giving your time, you're doing the hard work, but let's give some extra hard work also. I really appreciate that you're giving your time, but I need something extra from you. Alright, so I believe my students will definitely practice good questions, and they will be practicing in such a way so that the maths will become a forte of theirs. Okay, so with this, I'm signing off. Let's meet in the next lecture. Thank you.